Our Cascade grant is going to reflect an enhanced web presence. Well, we really identified this past year a need for improvement in our web and our linkage that we have with other websites, the presentation of our web as a branded product. As we move in that direction, you'll see a lot of emphasis in our 2008 request in enhancements for our web and the web promotion that we propose to do. In the 07 grant, we've had limited success with billboards. We're going to be moving some money around. We'll hopefully have a presence with a couple of electronic billboards, but we're going to be very limited on what we request in that part of our element. Fam tours have been a great success. And for us as a small community to be able to have international and national travel writers come into our community, spend a night, and enjoy the amenities that we have is very important. We had a unique situation this past year with the snowmobile tour, one that we wanted to have as a community, one that was important for the Payette River Mountains Visitors Association and Southwest Idaho Travel Association. It was put together by the Department of Commerce, and yet in order for them to bring it together, we had to tap, I know, at least 3 grants to make it work: Cascade, McCall, and Payette River Mountains. Fam tours are a success. In our grant request, we're going to suggest that we would push our money, knowing that it will be better spent either to SWIT or Payette River Mountains. This may be a unique concept in a small community, but we see that there's some strength there. In fam tours, when we're able to put it together and present a collective area in the market, we can still remain competitive as a community, but we're presenting a lot more than we have or would be able to if we just hung on to those dollars. Our 2008 grant, we're going to show that we're going to push probably 90%, if not all, of our fam tour requests into either Payette River Mountains or Southwest Idaho Travel Association. In our advertising, we still find strengths in our travel guides, the recreation industry magazines such as the snowmobile, golf, and ski magazines, and we'll continue to have a presence there. This location in this media is important to us. We couple that with our activities at snowmobile shows and things like that. We formed a cooperative with McCall, Payette River Mountains, Southwest Idaho Travel Association, and Cascade in attending our various trade shows. Again, we're going to look for the strengths that those larger organizations can provide for us. In our 2008 request, we're going to push the majority of our money requested for golf, ski, or snowmobile shows to either Payette River Mountains or Southwest Idaho Travel Association. Again, linking us together. We had huge success last year linking with Payette River Mountains and McCall at the Washington State Snowmobile Association, to the point that 4 Washington State snowmobile officers and their families traveled to Idaho for a week stay to enjoy the powder we had here. These collaborative efforts, I think, allow us to maintain a competitive nature in our businesses, in our small communities, but allow us to present a much better product to those travelers, and I think in doing that we present Idaho much better as well. In summary, the Cascade Chamber looks forward to a very cooperative year with our partners in the area, the region, and the state. We feel a flexibility in cooperating with partners and designating a project leader to allow funds to be allocated under grant administration terms to help alleviate paperwork and allow co-ops to pursue a successful collaboration is something that's going to be needed in our grant administration, something that we need as a small community to allow us to participate with our larger associations. In ending, I'd invite you to the Cascade First Annual Spud Run. Well, we've linked with the Harley dealers in Boise, and we're inviting between 500 and 1,000 Harley owners. Interesting demographic: the average age of a Harley owner in the Boise Valley is over 45, and the average income is over $70,000 a year. An interesting demographic market to invite to your community. I would stand for any questions. I know I'm out of time, and I appreciate your time and being able to give an overview of where we're headed.
Questions? One thing I would say is I think you guys have been very creative in addressing some of the things. And one of the things that I think really is lacking, and I liked your idea of the coupons with the key from the hotel to help bring the city in, to help them understand what kind of benefit the hospitality and the people staying in their community brings to them. Because I think by and large, you know, a lot of people unlock their door and just hope that somebody wanders in, so.
Right. The smaller shops really were faced with that, not realizing just walking down the street to those accommodation providers in our communities is really where their marketplace is at. You know, this gave us, we know how it's distributed and it's measurable. A lot of the components that we look for in any advertising, so we're happy with it.
All right, thank you, Ron.
Just a couple comments
sorry.
in there,
Go ahead.
Ron. I don't know, we didn't have a pre-thing from them, right? At this point, yeah. So anyway, we haven't had a chance to look at your stuff yet,
Okay.
but
Yeah, we'll
I'm
have
sure
that
it
too.
will be. But anyway, it's great to hear about the partnership type stuff that's starting to go on and how you guys are getting together and really focusing that way. Because I fully believe, you mentioned before, that that's just the way to go. Make some better utilization of those dollars and things in there. So I'm very happy to hear about that. And again, also some of the programs you've got that are kind of neat. I'll be real interested to see, I'm sure you are, but, you know, tracking, you know, like this gas promotion, things like that. How many of those kinds of things that you get back in? Because that's an awesome idea. And,
Yeah, it allows us that measurable component that we all look for.
Absolutely.
Hopefully it does pay off. But we have some concerns, and I think that, you know, going back to what you said about the co-ops, manpower, you know, always in a small town, and the more manpower we have, the better we present. So
absolutely. So, good job.
appreciate your time. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Ron.